Like I said, guys, we have no fight card this week. I'm a little down on it. I love the scraps, but luckily UFC fighters are absolutely insane and they give us so much stuff to talk about. This has been on my mind for weeks, maybe months. My favorite fighter of all time, Jon Jones, doesn't really have any plans to fight, unfortunately. So, guys, with Jon Jones, and there's been stuff going around, like he said something on Twitter, a fan responded to him that he's wasting Tom Aspinall's prime. I don't think he really has a responsibility to care to other fighters,
right.
But does he have some kind of responsibility to the belt that he holds?
Absolutely.
100%. 100% he does.
Absolutely he doesn't. He's the greatest of all time. He doesn't. No, the UFC does.
He's the Barry Bonds.
UFC does. Okay, UFC has the obligation to make him fight or strip the title like they have been doing. But he doesn't. Why? He can call his own price. He's the greatest ever. He's done everything he needed to do. Sure, there's an asterisk. I don't care. Like, are you going to say there's an asterisk to his face? No, you ain't. So he's still the greatest of all time.
You're right.
So I think it's up to him. And I think he's having fun. He's living life. He's in Thailand with Nate Diaz filming this reality show. He was supposed to be filming against Daniel Cormier, but they had Diaz step in. So he's out enjoying life. And yeah, he's making a mockery of Tom Aspinall. And it sucks for Aspinall, but Aspinall should be mad at UFC, not Jon Jones, because UFC has let him keep the title for this long.
I think it messes with his legacy. He looks like he's ducking. Like 100%.
Man, you can't say that. That's a little too far, man.
100%. Like everybody says, so he's ducking. Like that's what he's doing. Like it's his legacy is questionable regardless.
Hold on.
What did you throw me into? Manny, what show did you throw me into with this blasphemy?
I don't know. I don't know. Those bottles are kind of empty. But
the Barry Bonds of
an Olympic wrestler after a weekend binge of cocaine. He is one of the greatest of all time, okay? For him to go out and do that, he's one of the greatest of all time.
Bro, and low key, like, dude, come on, man.
He's ducking.
No, dude, you cannot say that.
He's ducking.
Him and Dana are boys, dude. So you know they're hyping something up. They've got to be hyping something up.
It's way past the hype point, though.
I mean, at this point, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. But I think what Jon Jones, he wants that payday, man. Right? He wants extraordinarily, like, he wants above and beyond.
Well, he said he shared his plans with the UFC. He doesn't understand why the UFC hasn't shared the plans with everybody else. So whether he's ducking or not, waiting for the payday. He is the greatest of all time. He can do whatever he wants to do in this position because he has done it all. Like, he has done it all. So would I love to see him fight? For sure. Absolutely. He said that he's done, though, right? Like, he's like, I'm not coming back. I'm done. Dana keeps hinting at we're going to see him fight again. I don't know. It could all be this WWE storyline play they have written out, but I hope he fights again. But if he doesn't, man, he's going to keep that duck as his profile picture and live off into the heights.
Because they got my man Aspinall fighting Curtis Blaze. Like, I mean, just kind of putting these like fights up against him because Jones won't take that fight, right? Essentially.
They just gotta take the belt off Jones at this point.
Well, they're talking about doing that and having him fight Gone.
Yeah,
is like the story. But I mean, I'm not excited about that fight. I think as these fights go on, typically you get more excited as they're talking about it. But unfortunately, through all the stress that this has gone through, I don't think people are as even excited about the Jon Jones Aspinall fight anymore.
No.
Oh, they will be when it comes around.
Yeah.
Oh, they will be when it comes around.
Yeah, just because it's been talked about. Once it actually happens, it's going to be the fight of the year. But as a champion, does it take away from the belt? You know what I mean? The belt's just sitting there collecting dust. Don't you have a responsibility to defend that belt? Like the Super Bowl, right? Just because there's a 17-game schedule and the games are going to be played no matter what, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to defend that title as the champion. As a champion in the UFC, because they can't make you go in the cage and fight. Does that take away from the championship status? Does that take away from the championship name that you're carrying?
100%.
Not if you're Jon Jones.
No,
yes,
like,
I don't think so.
He went in and beat the greatest heavyweight of all time with Stipe. That was his goal. Like, he accomplished his goal.
Stipe is
the greatest heavyweight.
He was considered the greatest heavyweight champion.
Are you talking about this last fight?
Yes.
What fight?
The last Stipe fight, like
Yeah.
with him, like Stipe didn't even want to do that fight. Like I don't even want to. That wasn't like the fight that defined him. Like
No. Stipe was the greatest. He wanted to go
Yeah.
against the greatest heavyweight champion. He did, regardless of where he's at in his career. It's the same thing with Aspinall fighting Jones. Jones is almost 40. That belt ain't collecting dust. That belt is in Thailand collecting some other stuff with Jones right now.
But here's the
okay?
thing, though. But I mean, you're talking about heavyweight, though, right? A heavyweight title deserves not. You got to keep kind of fighting on with it. I feel like if it, maybe featherweight is maybe a different argument. I would say personally, but heavyweight title, man, I think he does have an obligation to the belt, to the actual,
Why does he though? Why isn't it the organization and the
because
promotion?
I think to some extent the title that you hold as champion is bigger than the individual. When you put on that belt, you are putting on a legacy of those before you, those that will come after you. And if you don't defend it, that takes away from you as a champion. When I look at the different fighters that I consider, the GOATs, I look at how many times they defended their belt. Alex Pereira, he's been down to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, even when he loses. He's back, ready to defend or ready to go pursue that next belt. And that, in my mind, makes him a great champion. Like I said, Jon Jones is my favorite fighter of all time. So take what I'm saying as through that lens, because I do think he's the greatest of all time, but I am very disappointed in him not defending his belt. You can't just let these things sit there and collect dust. They have to stay active. They have to keep going. So